Feeling like a Monday for some. It is, in fact, Tuesday, and Tuesdays mean here on the CoastLife couch, we got to get into our great debate. And this one is often a hotly debated topic. Are you an early bird or are you a night owl? And I'll kind of follow up with which one's better. Charlie, do you have a preferred time to be awake?
You know, it's interesting because I would say for the grand majority of my life, I've been a night owl. I've always preferred to stay up late, sleep in if you could. That's been the way I've operated. But then I started doing morning show stuff. That completely throws you off. And my schedule's been switched around 50 times in probably the last 5 years. And now I think with my cats, they want to get up in the morning, they want to eat. I've become much more of a morning person than I ever used to be. And I do enjoy it to an extent. Like, I don't need it to be 4 or 5 a.m.
Right.
But if it can be, 7, 8, feel great.
Yep. So I've never, not once in my life, ever been a night owl, ever. And I think maybe in my life I've pulled a total of like 3 all-nighters altogether. But I was never like a late night partier. Like by the time 11 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, okay, I have to be out. But my man, he's a night owl, and he says that like life is built for the morning, the morning person. You can get so much more done in your day if you're a morning person. Everything closes early at a certain time.
Well, and especially out here.
Yes,
we live
right,
in an
this
area
area
that shuts down much earlier.
Yes.
I think that is a significant component to this question.
I think you're right.
Where you live matters. If you live in New York City,
you're in a
if
city.
you live somewhere where there's hustle and bustle at all
Nightlife.
times. I love that frenetic nightlife of just like you can go grab a sandwich on some corner shop and kind of be out and about. When I was overseas this year in Istanbul, it was really cool to be able to see what that was like later at night. But if you live somewhere like this where things are a little bit slower, they shut down by midnight, or even earlier.
At the latest.
Then it's much more convenient to be a morning person.
I'm lucky that I can get up early, but we always turn our great debate over to you guys. A lot of early birds over on our Facebook page. Dave says early, we have cats. Barb says early, Carol early bird, Debbie early bird, Donald early bird, no doubt about that. He says he's normally getting up at 2 a.m. I don't know about that, Don.
What are we doing there,
Don, that's the middle of the night. That
sounds like a sleep issue. That sounds like something has gone horribly wrong with your circadian rhythm. Like getting up at 2 a.m. on purpose, not because you're, hosting a morning news anchor show, is not a thing that I would ever advise people to try. The early morning people have a superiority complex about the fact that they get up early and they're out doing stuff. But then they are in bed sooner. It's not like you're getting more day.
Right.
You're just choosing which part of the day to exploit with your time and your energy.
Right. Well, and I think the late night people also get sort of the creativity advantage, because I feel like in the middle of the night, that's when nobody is bothering you. And I feel like your brain, you kind of fall into that state of like delusional sleep deprivation, and you're like, I am so creative right now.
I think that really depends on the person.
I
think there's a whole lot of people that do the morning thing because they are getting that in those early morning hours.
Used to.
So it really depends on what kind of person you are, how your brain chemistry may work, depending on if you're more creative right away when you wake up, or if you are more like, after I've accomplished everything I have to get done for the day, then it kicks in. I think that's a little bit more personality driven.
But I feel like usually, unfortunately, even though I'm a morning person, I feel like those evening hours, like before bed, is when I'm like, I can see it all. But we always like you to chime in on our great debate. You can head to our socials. You can chime in there. You can go to coastlife.com/vote, cast your vote. If you don't have so much to say, just early bird, night owl, whichever one. And we love to hear from you too. But we do have some more show to get to. Of course, we're heading back to school when CoastLife gets back.